why should we get our room taken because a black person was the person who got shot?
Now, something did come up that you posted on YouTube, on your YouTube channel. Seemed like there was an incident at the Comedy Store. The Comedy Store, it's a mainstream club. It's predominantly white establishment, even though we've seen a lot of our greats come through there. Like, what took place in that incident? And are you banned? Are you really like banned for life over there? What went down?
About 2 years ago, my daughter, Ashley, she's getting into comedy, my older daughter.
Okay.
And she wanted me to drop her off at the Comedy Store. She was going to tell jokes that night. And I just happened to get out the car, parked in the back. And not to be bragging, I was driving my little fake Maserati. And I pulled up in the back, music nice and tight, like I like it. And I got out the car and spoke to one of the comedians, and I could just feel this evil presence on my neck. Like, who was this? Like, this on some aggressiveness, like, and I turned around, it was this white guy. He was like literally pointing at me and as I was talking to this comedian, he was like, he's supposed to be parked back here. And I said, bruh, you can talk directly to me. He was like, I'm the general manager here, la la la. And I could tell he was new because he didn't know who I was and the way he was being aggressive. The history you have
with the club.
So I told him, bruh, I'ma leave because you're too aggressive right now, and you're not gonna just talk to me any kind of way. So I got in my car. I told him, he was still talking. I told him, kiss my ass, and I pulled off. Well, a year later, I come back. I get invited to do the Belly Room. That's where all the African Americans go on Thursday night, and I'm in the back in the green room, and I feel this same evil presence on my neck again. And I heard him say, you know you don't supposed to be in here. So I turned around, I said, what? No, he said, that's what he said. He said, you remember me? And I turned around, I said, you remember me? I said, because I could feel there's the same evil presence, you know when you're around an evil presence. He was like, you banned from here. I said, I'm banned from here. From what happened last year? He was like, yeah, for what happened last year. And I was like, look, bruh, I don't know if you know, but this club was built on the backs of comedians. Now, your energy was wrong then, and your energy is wrong now. I said, I ain't banned. I ain't do anything in this club. I haven't disrespected anybody. And he was like, you need to leave. And he touched me. I said, bro, don't touch me. He touched me again. I said, that's your second time touching me. And I said, look, I'm not leaving. I put my foot on the wall and I chilled. He was like, well, you don't leave, I'm gonna call the police. I said, in my brain, I said, that's the best thing that can happen right now. You probably want to call the police. So I went and sat back down, and I knew the police was gonna come. But I felt in my spirit that I was speaking for all comedians, not black, old, not just white, right. That a person who doesn't even understand the comedy game and what we built in this city can talk to comedians just any kind of way. So when the police came, I asked my man to film it. And of course, if you look on YouTube, you'll see what happened. And that's what it was.
You think race had to also play a factor in that?
I mean, I don't like to always blame it on race. I just think ignorance is a mug. Ignorance is a part of being a racist. Ignorance is a part of being a sexist. Ignorance is a part of being homophobic. Ignorance is a part of a lot of things, I just think he was ignorant at the time, and he was trying to use me as an example, and I think he just chose the wrong person.
You have any, are you looking to go back there and try to...
No, they wrote me a letter a week later.
Okay.
The real the real owners and general managers said, we apologize for his actions. You know, we really want you up here. We want you to be a part of this, the Comedy Store. Your statement to the Comedy Store, and we don't want you to go away. And I wrote them back. I appreciate it. Thanks for everything. I appreciate you guys reaching out to me, but I prefer not to deal with the Comedy Store in this time and frame of my life, because they had already did some other stuff to my man Cat Williams when I was up there before, when we had the Tuesday night, and how they was treating him. And I just felt like, you know, they was treating me the same way they was treating him.
Kind of like you guys weren't a part of the club, but more as a guest of the club, or?
No, part like they can just, like, okay, for example, you know, if Billy Crystal came in there, they would never talk to him that way. If, you know, Dane Cook walked in, they would never talk to him that way.
Right.
You know, and I just want the same respect.
And then I'm guessing for Cat too, because Cat's a legend.
Come on, he's a super legend. So for you to talk to him like he's like a little kid or something, you know, is ridiculous.
Right.
So if it's not racist, it's definitely ignorant. So, you know, I'm going past racism and all that, because they feel like we blaming stuff on racism. So I don't want to deal with racism no more. I just deal with ignorant people. If you're acting ignorant, you're ignorant. That's even in our own community.
Right.
If you're ignorant, you're ignorant. If our community is trying to be positive and you walking around with guns shooting people, then you're ignorant when we're trying to be positive.
Right.
So, you know, one monkey can't stop a show, that's what they say. So one ignorant person shouldn't be able to slow a movement down.
Yeah. It seemed like, you know, and I'm aware that there was another situation with, you had a night up there, and then they took that away due to an incident of ignorance.
Yeah.
And they seem to have blamed you, or made you guys at fault for it, and stopped the show.
Well, the craziest thing, we had the hottest night in America. Not just a night. We had the hottest night in America. You couldn't come through Los Angeles without coming to the Comedy Store on Tuesday night.
Right.
It was packed every Tuesday. People was lined up outside the door. They couldn't get in. It was swelled up. The waitresses was making money. Everybody was making money. It was beautiful. They had another room upstairs in the belly room that night. And at 1 a.m, somebody gets shot. Not, all of our people were clear at 11 p.m. It's 1 a.m. and somebody gets shot. Why should we get our room taken because a black person was the person who got shot, and a black person was the shooter, evidently? You know, why should we be penalized when that incident had nothing to do with our night, had nothing to do with anything that we did? We don't condone hatred and ignorance. So why should we be? You know, we brought Drake up there. T.I. was there. I mean, you can go down a list and a list and a list and a list and a list of A stars that came through there just to see us tell jokes. And a lot of those are my friends. So when you take away our night, it's like slapping us in the face like, yeah, we're going to penalize you guys for whatever reason they came up with. You know, it just seemed a little ignorant to me.